The average annual temperature increase in Burlington, Vermont is higher than that of any other city in North America. According to Climate Central, we've had a 70-degree increase in the last 50 years.
As we experience this warming, we're seeing significant impacts to our air quality, we're seeing the lake cease to freeze over, and warm summers that push residents to use more and more energy.
In 2010, the City of Burlington adopted its 2000 Climate Action Plan. That was eventually scrapped, and Burlington's Net Zero Energy Roadmap was released in 2019 to guide our city down the path to net zero energy by 2030.
Alongside this plan came some major accomplishments. Burlington was the first city in the country to run off of 100% renewable electricity.
We are, in many ways, a green energy city, and we've made a lot of progress that we should celebrate.
However, we haven't been fully transparent in our movement towards achieving these goals, or whether or not they are actually steps toward becoming a net zero city. And critics and community organizers have a lot to share about it.
The plan ignores greenhouse gas emissions from non-fossil fuel sources, including the wood-burning McNeil Power Plant. It ignores emissions from false climate solutions being promoted by industry.
The Net Zero Energy Roadmap lists electrifying all buildings as the biggest step that our city must take to meet our goals. We are 5 years into the 11-year plan. The Building Decarbonization Ordinance passed last year is a key policy in place for building electrification. However, it's likely to electrify less than 10 buildings a year, when we need to electrify thousands to meet our goal. Our current Building Decarbonization Ordinance even incentivizes polluting fuels like biofuels, biomass, and renewable natural gas alongside electrification.
These are fancy words for high carbon fuels that will not allow us to reach our goals.
Councilors and staff said they felt hamstrung because the charter only gave the authority to regulate carbon from fossil fuels. However, we know that carbon is carbon.
It all goes to warm our climate, no matter if it has a green label from the city or whether it doesn't.
We should look at regulating all carbon emissions from buildings, not just those from fossil fuels. On January 29th, the council voted on a proposal to add a question to the March ballot, putting the decision in the hands of voters to allow ordinances to regulate carbon pollution of any kind, not just those from fossil fuels. It was voted down by half of the council. A separate proposal to add a question to the August ballot to expand policies to cut building emissions was again voted down by half of the council.
Climate organizations, community members, and advocates have been pushing for real climate action.
Opponents of these amendments and ballot measures include utility companies and large institutions like the UVM University and hospital, and some councilors are listening, actively denying residents the opportunity to weigh in on what we want to see.
Burlington has a lot to be proud of in the vein of innovation and environmental stewardship, but we also need to eliminate major polluting energy sources in our city to be a truly green city and align our actions and policy with our stated values. We need to bring these questions to voters and allow for democracy to take place if we're going to actually focus on decarbonizing our buildings. Everything we know and love depends on it. Later is too late for climate action.